Welcome to another episode of the Wealth Rabbit Podcast. My name is Charles, and I'm joined today by Jason and Adam.
It's great to be here again.
Thank you.
Feels like we never left.
Yeah,
And we've got an exciting topic today
that's right.
that a lot of people are going to like.
That's right, Jackerman. Yeah, so today we're talking about jackalopes, more specifically about where they come from, where do they go.
Do you believe?
Do you believe in them? Do you think they're a myth? Do you think it's a legend? What's going on? No, but more seriously, things that are real, cryptocurrency. So
Yeah.
investing in cryptocurrency. So that's two words that have not been considered truly investing. Some people would say cryptocurrency is speculation. Some people would say,
Yeah.
at this point now it's an institutionalized asset. People should be diversifying into it. Everybody's got a different opinion, of course, but
Here's ours.
Yeah.
That's right. There you go. So that's something that's coming to Wealth Rabbit soon.
Yeah, so I think in general, crypto, whenever it started 15 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
it was kind of the wild, wild west.
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin started. You know more about this than I do. And people have been hesitant to invest in it, mainly like from my perspective. It's like I don't feel like I'm sophisticated enough to own a wallet and like do the keys and all that stuff like that.
Yeah.
That
15 times and you're locked out forever.
Yeah, like so that scares me a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So now, the last couple of years they've created ETFs for the cryptocurrencies, and that for me personally, like I'm much more willing to invest in that. I do want to invest in crypto, but I want a safe way to do it.
Yeah.
And kind of it's just
You feel better about it if a large institution is
Exactly.
holding the keys and then managing it.
Yeah.
The same way you wouldn't want to have a brick of gold in your car. Or
Exactly.
something like that.
Exactly.
In the bank.
Yeah, that's me personally. Obviously, there's people who have been. If you were super early into Bitcoin, you've got a jet and you've got a private island. So, but yeah, so we want to help bring crypto to the masses.
Gotcha.
But in a smart way.
Yeah, we don't want people to just here's a key, good
Mhm.
luck. Like
Yeah.
we want we're going to design an actively managed portfolio by Bitwise, who's one of the largest crypto asset managers in the world. They're going to design a portfolio for us so that our investors can invest in crypto safely and securely. And it's active. One thing is like, hey, there's so many cryptocurrencies out there. Which one should you invest in?
Mhm.
So you don't have to worry about that
Yeah,
anymore.
so you don't have to worry about your taxi driver telling you which one to invest in.
Right.
Yeah.
Your Uber driver.
That is a bit of the stress of being in the cryptocurrency environment, because like you feel like you have to be paying attention to it all the time to be able to know what's going on, what's the future, what's crap, what's not.
Yeah.
Particularly in the digital asset world, there's kind of there's a set handful that has seemed to be leading the way over the past couple of cycles, and they tend to be the same ones. So
Yeah. Well, and
there's always new things coming up on the scene.
one nice thing about Bitwise is they're fully monitoring all the crypto. They live crypto all day, so they're going to be able to put the newer stuff into the portfolios as it comes out and vet the ones they think are right for our customers.
Yeah.
So you're going to get that
exposure.
exposure and expertise
Mhm.
that you don't have on your own.
Right.
That's the same thing we do with our non-crypto models. It's the same idea. We're going to bring that same level of sophistication for an investor. We're trying to chase what's called alpha. Adam can explain what alpha is, but basically trying to beat the market slightly. So if you just invest in Bitcoin, you're going to track Bitcoin, but how can we invest in these different crypto assets so you can hopefully beat the regular crypto market?
Yeah, so alpha is the first letter of the Greek alphabet. So alpha is
Thank you.
So
Let's talk
alpha
about
is return. So alpha is basically return. So when you're an investor, you try to generate alpha, which is basically the return you get over a benchmark. That's alpha. So if you're in an ETF that tracks the S&P 500, that's going to track the S&P 500. You're not going to generate any alpha. You're not going to have much beta either, which beta is basically risk. So So when we have these professional CFAs and managers who help us design these portfolios for our users, we try to generate the alpha with the least amount of beta.
Let's talk about maybe the kind of different levels of return based on different kind of standards. So if you're in cash, you're losing to inflation. If you are in
zero return.
Yeah, exactly. You're getting like negative return if you're just in cash. But I guess zero.
But it's safe, But it's safe.
It's just dollar for dollar. You're in a cash equivalent. You go up a little bit. You're in a general index or something.
Well, you're in a CD or you're in something else.
Yeah. Okay. A CD or some kind of a savings.
Yeah, or a bond.
Which is not quite as good as the index, but it's better than cash.
Yeah, so I mean, the level of risk, is what you're trying to go at here, where it's conservative down here, your cash, your money under the mattress, you're burying it in your dog's doghouse out back. Next is going to be that bond exposure, like Jason mentioned. So you're getting bonds, fixed income. Then the next portion would be some sort of diversified portfolio between stocks, equities, and bonds, and then equities above them. So stocks.
Gotcha.
And then
a mix of stocks
and bonds. And then on top of that would be alternative investments, whether that be crypto, it could be real estate, it could be art, it could be gold, metals, things like that.
Gotcha. So this is going down the risk curve, but trying to do that in a smart way.
So crypto's risky. It's like if you want to get into crypto, you have to have some risk. Like we're not going to say, hey, you're guaranteed 100%,
right,
and you're never going to lose money. Like you know that crypto is a risky asset, so you have to know that going in. And then if you accept that, then we will allow you to invest in our crypto model, which is aggressive, but we are trying to be diversified and smart in how we're investing. To get the best returns for our customers.
Yeah, I mean, I think the cool thing about these models that we're building at Wealth Rabbit is, we give the user the option of kind of what percentage they want in crypto. So it's not an all for nothing situation. We're going to allow you to say, hey, if you only want 5% or 10% or 50%, or if you want to do 100%, we're going to give you that option of what your risk tolerance is.
Yeah, some people believe in crypto and we want to allow them to do 100%. You believe in it? Let's go, baby. 100%. The Jackalope Portfolio.
The Jackalope. That's where the Jackalope comes.
That's the Jackalope Portfolio, because all of our portfolios are named after rabbit. So our most aggressive crypto is called the Jackalope Portfolio. And speaking of that,
what do we got?
We got Charles. You need to do a little unboxing right now.
Oh, here's the box.
What are we looking at here?
Don't cut yourself.
Yeah. No.
We're very squeamish with blood.
Yeah.
All right. Very good.
Oh, this is incredible. This is incredible.
Oh my gosh. I got a glimpse of whatever's in there.
This is for your office, Charles.
Is this?
Oh my God, he got one too.
Oh my God.
Oh, show people.
It's the Jackalope.
No, people think a jackalope's not real.
People
Jasmine, I know you're looking at this and you're like, what the hell's going on?
Well, I can see why they might do that.
Yeah.
Given that the antlers are packaged separately.
hey! To package it up, you got to take off the antlers. Doesn't mean it's not real.
True. So let's just keep this here respectfully.
Yeah,
Mr. Jackalope.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to put this up in your office
for sure.
For the Jackalope model.
I think you should put it up
Exactly. For our next get the builders.
Jackalope Moonshot.
Are our listeners still the Bad Bunnies?
Yeah. The Bad Bunnies.
Oh yeah.
So how did you?
I'll teach you how.
Okay, teach me the ways
goes
of the Jackalope. I see.
It goes
where.
Goes where its horns go.
The anatomy of the jackalope.
Yeah.
I missed that one, but this is fantastic.
And one other thing, we obviously, crypto is important, and it's a good asset for you to invest in. Partially, I wouldn't put 100% in myself. I think, but one thing currently in retirement plans is most 401ks don't offer any crypto in their accounts. It falls under ERISA. The president just did an executive order basically saying fiduciaries can start considering offering crypto, but most of them are not going to do it. It's going to take a long time. Whereas with a simple IRA, we can, since it doesn't fall under ERISA, we can allow you to invest in crypto. So we'll have these crypto models that are, by the time you listen to this, it should already be out. Like, you can invest in crypto in your retirement plan in the simple IRAs. That's a huge benefit for people who want to do that.
Yeah.
With the Jackalope.
So not only simple IRAs, but regular IRAs, Roth IRAs.
Yeah, all of our portfolios,
SEP IRAs.
You'll be able to invest in crypto, from 5% up to 100%, whatever you guys feel comfortable in.
Cool. I'm just gonna have this guy do the podcast from now on. It's gonna be like a puppet show.
I didn't realize that you're gonna really enjoy this, and
I thoroughly enjoyed it. This is awesome. This is gonna be our
now he does not look like he came out of a bamboo forest.
Yeah, look at that.
Right?
Look at that.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, so we made these improvements from your friend Pomp.
Yeah, Anthony Pompliano, big crypto guy. We met with him, and he watched one of our podcasts and said that it looked like Charles was coming out of a bamboo forest.
Yeah, I think this very adds to that.
Yeah, we're still not exactly sure what that meant.
Yeah, we don't know what
I don't
it means.
disagree with the man.
Yeah,
I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm gonna remember it forever, and I'm not sure what to do about it. So, I don't know. We'll see.
But as you're big into crypto, Charles. You've been in there.
I follow it.
I mean, more than most people, I would say. As an investor, what would you want to see in a portfolio and a model?
Yeah, I think the ETFs it gives a certain degree of institutional trust to the asset. I like the idea of having a mixed bag of things. Obviously, I lean heavily towards Bitcoin and Ethereum, the two kind of stars over the past decade. But at the same time, I believe they will outperform the market over time. But these there's so many newcomers to the space that are going to offer more potential upside than the two standard ones. I would imagine Bitcoin and Ethereum, strong history, but they're going to be more. I see them as more of the trusted one that's going to grow at a reasonable pace, and then there's some other stuff in the market that's going to grow at gangbusters pace.
Well, I think Jason alluded to this, that our current president signed an executive order to allow crypto in retirement plans. The regulation we have right now is pretty pro crypto from what we've seen over the last 7 or 8 years. Stable coins are getting a lot of notoriety. All those most of those are built on the Ethereum platform. Blockchain used to be a big buzzword back in 2018, 2019. It's kind of like AI now. It's kind of like artificial intelligence now. It was the buzzword, but
Bitcoin was the native currency of the blockchain.
There's a lot of positive trajectory and
right. Well, there's all sorts of different purposes too for different ones. Like Ethereum, Bitcoin is basically a store of value. It's like digital gold. It fulfills that kind of narrative. Ethereum's kind of it's a decentralized ecosystem. So it's kind of like the decentralized AWS or some kind of a developer's platform. Things are built on the network of Ethereum. So that's they all have different purposes.
They all have different uses.
DeFi purposes, lending purposes.
And I think for the retail investor, just circling back,
it's too much.
We're not going to know. I don't have time to know about all these things. I want a professional who's managing that to keep up with that, because that's their job all day, is to keep up with these different coins and whatever. So that's where I think we add a lot of value. Those are our portfolios. We're actively managing for very low costs and getting you what we think is a good return. Yeah,
it's fascinating. And I think the idea of having that kind of a mixed bag of a handful of different things that
it spreads out the risk.
It spreads out the risk, and I have the trust that people who are paying attention to it all the time are analyzing that and making their allocations.
I'll give you a good on our regular portfolios. We moved out of small caps in last November, and we started putting stuff into gold. Not us, our CFAs that manage our portfolios have been doing that because they saw where the market was going, and gold's the number one performing asset so far this year, and small caps are doing very poorly. They can see that coming. Wow. They diversified out of those. So like that's the same idea with our crypto model, is going to be like, hey, if they see something coming, they're going to either get out of it or get into it, before the broader public realizes what's going on.
And that's a point with a managed fund. Is that right?
Yeah,
exactly.
That's where actively managed.
Professionally managed. So, I mean, it's a mix of ETFs, but depending on what those ETFs are, they track certain, segments of the market.
Rather than just
instead of, hey, you're just going to go in the S&P 500 where you're going to track the 500 largest companies in America. Right. You're going to get exposure to different sectors of the market, and we're going to call on, hey, do we think small cap's going to underperform? Do we think mega cap's going to overperform? Do we think international, emerging, whatever that may be, we're going to make those calls for you, so you don't have to,
it's the same thing with crypto. If we know a new coin's coming or whatever, they're going to be able to see that and invest in it way before.
Or if they if they see it's going to come out and it's, they don't think it's going to be good, they're going to keep it out. So it's going back to alpha, and I think that's what that rabbit's name is, Alpha.
Oh, Alpha the Jackalope. Okay.
Alpha.
There you go. Fantastic.
That's beautiful.
Oh, he is beautiful. Is it he or she?
Definitely he.
It's definitely he.
All jackalopes are he's. Because you got to have horns.
The antlers.
The antlers. No female jackalopes. That's probably why they haven't survived too long.
Yeah, that's probably probably a real
they have issues.
Problem for them in their evolutionary journey. Well, this has been interesting. Any other big crypto points for people?
No, we're just excited to have it. We're kind of first to market in the retirement space on this, and especially the managed portfolio piece. Like, there's some other IRAs that you
get to pick and choose what you want.
But the benefit that we think for ours and how we're differentiated is we are actively managing with professionals. And that should be better for the retail investor.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you for this. Thanks for watching this episode of the Wealth Rabbit podcast. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, give us a follow.
The Wealth Rabbit podcast is a production of Wealth Rabbit, located in sunny Rock Hill, South Carolina. Wealth Rabbit is the first digitized platform designed to make simple IRA management effortless. We're on a mission to empower small businesses to invest in their team's financial future without the headaches. No hidden fees, no complicated processes, just retirement planning made simple. Go to wealthrabbit.com now to learn more. The views and opinions expressed on the Wealth Rabbit podcast are those of the guests and do not necessarily reflect or state the opinions of Wealth Rabbit. Comments and remarks on this podcast should not be construed as tax, legal, or other investment advice. Please consult your tax, legal, or investment professional. All investments involve risk. Past performance does not guarantee future results, including the risk of loss. Investments are not FDIC insured.